Hey everybody, welcome to How I See It with Kevin Levrone, brought to you by Levrone Supplements and starring the man himself, IFBB Hall of Famer, Kevin Levrone, joining us from Maryland. How are you, Kevin?
Great, Ron. How you doing?
Good. Kevin, you were off in Russia. How long were you gone?
I want to say 2.5.
Wow.
3 weeks. 3 weeks on the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 weeks on the road, man.
You travel internationally a lot, but I mean, do you ever get used to that?
Very used to it.
Really?
I really enjoy it. Very used to it. I've been used to it since back when Joe and Ben Weeder, they would send us on tour. You know, it was optional. I mean, we were invited, of course, and not all the pros went or took that opportunity. But I always took that opportunity to seize that moment, to go out on the road, to visit all these countries. You know, back then, again, we would do 6 shows right after the Olympia through different countries. So I built my career pretty much overseas, Ron. You know, most of my majority of my wins were in Europe.
Yeah.
You know, so we had a good foundation over there. You know, I was one of the first athletes that went into St. Petersburg. Actually, I'm Mr. Russia in 1994, Moscow, St. Petersburg. So, yeah. So I'm very familiar with going over to Russia, enjoying the people. A lot of fans I have over there, they remember me. And I go back and I give seminars to some of the people who were 9 and 10 years old. You know, they're grown up now, you know, so they show up at my seminars, and one guy showed up, showed me a picture of him, actually, I had my hands on his shoulders. He's probably about 9 years old, and he's a grown man now with his family, so,
wow.
Yeah,
cool.
It's good. It's also good to see how Europe has evolved, the sport has evolved and grown so much over there.
I'm curious, because you've been to Russia, I don't know how many times, probably a dozen times by now, right?
At least 8.
So I'm curious, being of semi-Russian ancestry, what are the biggest changes that you've seen in Russia overall?
Economy.
Economy, yeah.
The economy, no doubt. The economy. When I first went in 1994, it wasn't nowhere near like it's built up now. You know, the sport, it's given us almost somewhat of an education, a worldly education, you know, because when they had brought the Berlin Wall down, Ronald Reagan was the president. You know, back then, East and West Germany stuff. So I have a piece of that wall because,
wow,
yeah, we were going over there. I got a piece of that wall.
Where is it?
And I went out there. I have it. I have it in my trophy room. That's awesome. And yeah, of course, you know. So this was like when it had just came down, a few years after that, or whatever. And we went over there, you know. And I remember walking the streets, and you know, this was just so fresh. And it came down, and you know, it was just like the lights were very, very yellow. The streets were dim. The buildings were just, you know, you're talking about an area that looked like a war zone that had not been touched. You know, certain part of Germany. So, and then you leave from there, and you come across you come out of there and come across the border, and it's totally different. But now, when I go back, it's all the same. And yeah, the whole Germany has merged, and now it's completely built up. The economy is great between, you know, East and West Germans, and everything is just great now. But, you know, the history, man, the history of those moments of traveling when we were pro bodybuilders and competing, you know, in these different countries, you kind of go back and you see how the countries have evolved and how the sport has grown and affected so many people in a positive way in these countries who, you know, I always say, you know, they can't speak, a lot of them can't speak English, but we have a universal language, and that's training in the gym.
Cool. What are the gyms like over in Russia?
You know, like I would say here, you know, over here you still have the old hardcore gyms with the old original equipment. Yeah. And then you have here, we have the gyms that are built up, you know, with, you know, the high-end stuff. You know, the new equipment coming out. But over there, the same thing. You know, they've advanced to where they have the best equipment in the gym. You know, gyms over there, powerhouse gyms over there.
Really?
Hammer strength gyms over there with all hammer strength equipment. You know, yeah. So it's huge. You know, Panada.
Yeah.
Panada, Italian equipment company. Yes, he's very, very huge over there. Yeah, so it's good stuff, man. They have really good stuff. The only thing that we have on Europe is
step mills. No.
no.
No. Okay.
It's the know-how and the knowledge and the years of experience of training and nutrition and implementing that into our workout, into the system that we have as far as supplementation.
So how often, you give all these seminars like India, Russia, Poland, how often do you get contacted later on by these people, I assume in English, thanking you, saying, wow, Kevin.
Awesome. Right, immediately, right after, And one thing I want to really put out there is that for me, it's all about giving back. I mean, when I go to Iraq and these countries, India, no matter where we go with my company, Levrone Signature Series, we have always, even if you come to any of our booths, we give away samples, we give away shakers, we give away T-shirts, we have contests for people to win, to win products, how many push-ups they could do. So no one leaves empty-handed. And when I go out on the road, my distributors bring me over there, and I tell them immediately. I say, listen, I'm coming to help educate, to help the people, and I will not charge them for any seminars that I do.
Wow.
Make sure you guys have all free samples there for everyone, posters, giveaways, challenges. So anyone that comes, whether there's 300 or 400 or 500 people that show up, they get in for free.
Wow.
Because they travel so far. They travel so far and they work so hard, They don't make the kind of money we make.
Right.
So I want them to leave with an experience that they never had before. So when I go, I give them the free seminars. I actually take them. One day is a seminar. The next day, I do a full training session with tons and tons of people. You see the videos.
Yeah.
And then I do total question and answers. I have an interpreter that can just help them with everything. And when I leave, I tell my distributors, listen, make sure you take care of these people and continue to help them. So that's what we do, and that's my way of giving back. Because I was in that position one time where I didn't make enough money to buy protein and stuff that I needed to work out, and vitamins and supplements. And there are so many kids out there who financially can't afford it, really. So I just it's my part of doing what I need to do to help people, man.
What countries over in Europe would you say Levrone Signature Series is, the fastest growing in?
Russia's really blown up. Russia has really blown up, and I say that because Fitness Formula is one of the they're like the GNC. They're like a vitamin shop. They're huge over in Russia. They're in every country, every city.
That's like their vitamin shop with GNC, basically.
And they're huge, yeah. And they have us in all of the shops over there.
Yeah.
That's why when I go, it takes me like 2 weeks to visit all the stores. I mean, I visit 3 stores a day. I mean, about 3 or 4 stores a day. Sit there. I meet with the sales team. I meet with them, help educate them on new products we have coming out. Then after that, I spend time with the fans and bringing them up to par with the vision of the company and what they need to do. And the ones that want to compete, give them advice and nutrition and so on and so forth. Just trying to implement a structure globally, Ron.
Yeah.
That they're missing and that they don't have the opportunity, and that they, a lot of these, like I said, a lot of these people can't afford to go to the Mr. Olympia or to show up at the Arnold Classic because it costs thousands of dollars for them, So we try to take the package to them and just help them and just, and just give it to them, as an offering of appreciation.
Cool.
And it's worked, And on the lines of Fitness Formula, these guys they're my partners. And it's been really great. So you have Optimal Nutrition, and then you have Levrone Signature Series, who are the most 2 powerful ones over there.
Wow, that's awesome, right?
And I always, so it's good. It's good for me, to stand alongside of a company like Optimal Nutrition on a global level.
Yeah.
It's the same in each and every one of those countries I go to. I just see Optimum, then it's my stuff, So
that's awesome.
Yeah, we're in over like 50 some different countries now.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Are you headed to Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to go down to Pittsburgh. JM called me up Wednesday just to confirm that I'm going to be down there. Certainly going to go down, pay my respects to to Jermaine, his family, IFBB, NPC, and all the other athletes and everybody. Like a reunion, man.
Yeah. Did you turn?
So I'm glad.
Did you turn pro? Was Nationals in Pittsburgh when you won?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
The big question everyone's been asking is, are you going to be a special, secret, surprise guest poser at the Pittsburgh Pro?
You know me, man. I always work off instinct, man. I'm gonna tell you, I am in shape.
Yeah.
Right now I'm about 243. I'm hard, still hard.
Yeah.
I ain't planning on going down to the guest pose, but if I hear the right music and enough noise, you know me, man. It's like,
Okay, so,
why not? So who knows? I'll just play it.
Gary Udit, tell the sound guy to put some Creed on. Oh,
so it's everybody's coming, right?
Yeah. Well, they have 6 guest posers, which is a little down from, I think usually they have like 10. But I mean, they got heavy hitters. They got Phil.
Who is it? Phil.
Phil. Dexter. Wolf.
Dennis Wolf.
I think Nathan Dasha. I think Rami, I believe.
Is he coming?
I think Rami usually does that one. So
how about Juan Morales? Is he coming?
I'm not sure.
He should, man. He's in shape. The New Yorker's right around the corner.
Let me check. Who should I check? J.M. Manions? He would have that on his around the NPC.
Yeah, around the NPC would have it. Or
around the NPC _ JM, everybody. That's how you can follow him. Okay, all right. Pittsburgh Pro. Yeah, there's Heath, Rami, Nathan Dasha, Dexter, Rolly Winkler, and Dennis Wolf.
Okay.
And possibly Kevin Levrone. You never
Dennis
know.
Wolf.
You never know.
Well, I'll be the smallest one out of all of them for sure.
243, no. I mean, Dexter's probably going to be a little lighter than that. But
you think?
Well, you'll definitely be the elder statesman up there.
Yeah.
You still got a couple years on Dexter. He's my age.
Yeah, man.
You seem like you're in really good spirits. I want to know, this is my question. Mm-hmm. When you competed all those years, did you used to get, I call it postpartum depression. Like you train and diet for this one day, and then the show's done, and you kind of sitting there the next day like, oh man, now what do we do? No,
because I would always hit the road. Remember after Olympia?
Well, when all the shows were over, when you were done for the season.
No, I was so tired, man. I couldn't wait to stop training. I couldn't wait.
Okay.
I mean, training for 3 months, 4 months to get ready for the Olympia, and then holding on to it for another month after that, doing 6 or 7 shows. No.
Okay, fair enough.
No way. By the time I got home, I was just drained.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk football. We know your son, Gabe, is an incredible young athlete, but he's only like 11 years old.
Yeah.
I had no idea you had a nephew, and Andre Levrone, who just got drafted to the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, it's a blessing. The door's been open, man, and we're very, very, very proud of him. Very proud of him. Yeah. Very, very proud of him. Because the road for him, he's worked so hard, man. And when I'm saying work hard, he's worked hard. He's one of those kids that continuously work and work and work. He doesn't settle for the gifts or whatever that God has given him. He's earned it. I want to put it that way. He's earned it. He's had several pro teams that were interested in him. Yeah. And it's just almost a miracle how everything worked out. And right here where he's born and raised, Baltimore, Maryland, I mean, I'm proud of him, man, and looking forward to seeing that name on the back of Baltimore Ravens uniform. He actually has his number 14 now.
Do you go to the games at all?
I'm not a football season guy like that. I'm really not.
Yeah.
I think because we were so focused on bodybuilding and running my gyms and stuff, I just wasn't nowhere near interested until it came playoff time.
Sure. That's when everybody's suddenly a fan at playoff time.
And then I didn't follow teams, Ron. I actually followed players.
Really?
Yeah, because you hear about how good of a player was, then you zoom in and be like, wow, okay. But, the Ravens caught my attention when Shannon Sharp came to Baltimore. Of course, Rope Man. Ty Feldman, Rope, expedited for the IFBB. Because he trained Shannon Sharp.
Okay.
And when Shannon was coming to Baltimore, when they were picking him up, Roke called me up and said, "Hey, you know my boy Shannon. Shannon's a big bodybuilding supporter, you know." And I knew Shannon from coming to the Olympia and hanging out with him. And when he decided to come here to Baltimore, I was one of the first people here that he contacted. Say, "Hey, look, man, I'm coming up. You know, show me around up there," and so on and so forth. So we stayed in touch, and Shannon came in, and that was when Ray Lewis did a 360. Yep. Ravens did a 360, and he brought that work ethic to Baltimore, and we ended up winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, unfortunately, you beat the New England Patriots to do it, which was a tragedy. I don't know why you had to go and do that to us. But, okay.
So yeah, man.
Did you play football, Kevin?
No, because my father died when I was about my son's age.
Right.
And for me at that time, I didn't have nobody to take me to football or pick me up. My father used to take me to school and pick me up, but
right.
I was just, that's what happened. So I didn't have a father, so I had to learn how to live all of a sudden without a father. And then when I turned 14, I got a working permit. And I got a job, and I started working, saving money up to get a car. And my mind was just somewhere else completely different, honed in on being I had to develop young, real quick and fast to become a young, responsible man, And that's what happened. I would have loved to play football. I would have loved to have my father around for me to be able to do that. But I had to get up and go to work and make my mother proud of me and somewhat help out around the house and do a lot of chores around the house after school. We had a lot of animals, and we had to take care of the animals and stuff. So my job was around the house a lot.
You talking about like pets or like barnyard animals?
We had horses. We had pigs. We had ducks. We had chickens. We had dogs. We had pet pigeons. We had pigs. All kind of animals.
So you had like a little farm going.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. We had horses, show horses, riding horses. A lot. It was a lot,
I mean, that's a lot of work. You were taking care of all those freaking horses?
Yeah, we had to. And I had 2 brothers and 6 of us all together.
Yeah.
But our father died all of a sudden. He died in 30 days. It was like he woke up one day in a hospital, and 3 weeks later we were burying him. So it was all unexpected. So we had all this stuff to deal with and live with, and to try to adapt to and take responsibility. And my older brother at that time was only 15, 16, and I was the youngest one, and I was 10. So, it wasn't a lot of playtime. Trust me.
No, so you had something in common with Branch, because Branch Warren grew up having to take care of a bunch of horses and pigs and cows and all that crap. So
yeah, man. I mean, we had to, we were plucking roosters and boiling them, and plucking out the feathers, and and the whole 9 yards, man. Going out, picking the eggs from the hens and just everything.
You learn something new about Kevin Levrone on every episode here, guys. I'll tell you.
It was work, man. I learned how to work with my hands and do things at a very young age, and I never forgot them, Building rabbit traps out of wood.
Rabbit traps.
Rabbit traps, catching rabbits and rabbit hunting, all that stuff.
Does it taste just like chicken?
Wild meat, yeah.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, rabbit meat's dark.
Okay, speaking of dark, our first question comes from, I'm sorry, guy, I forget what country you're from. Darko Demeski. I want to say Poland, but I'm pretty sure that's wrong. Hello, Ron. I'd like to thanks to Levrone. He's my biggest motivation and #1 bodybuilder of all time. I've watched him since 2013 on Levrone Report, and he is the reason why I didn't give up of bodybuilding, and I'm continuing with workouts, no matter what struggle I have in my life. So for that reason, I would like to share this announcement with Levrone on next episode with him. I'm preparing for my first bodybuilding competition after I spent 8 years of working out in the gym. And on stage, I will do a side chest pose in Levrone style for his honor. Thanks, Levrone, for giving me such motivation and willpower. Keep going with that attitude, Mr. Levrone. Okay, so
thank you, sir.
He's going to do it like that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much.
And good luck, because there's certain poses, like if you're doing that Sergio pose, there's not many people can do that. That side pose like Levrone, not a lot of people can pull it off like Kevin did. God bless you and good luck, right? Okay.
Good luck. God bless you, man.
So from somewhere in Eastern Europe, wherever he is, and again, I apologize, Darko. I should have written that down. We go to New Zealand. Kevin, Ruben from New Zealand again. Great to see you back and looking so happy. You are now in a unique position, being at your age, to look as healthy and as great as you do and continuing to inspire people. You have shared in the past little differences here and there in your training experiences for your comeback to when you competed back in the day. As you are continuing to train, please continue to share your training and nutrition experiences and any tweaks or adjustments you decide to make along the way, should you do so. Also, it would be great if you looked into the possibility of developing any supplements aimed at the older bodybuilder if warranted. And I hope you bring your supplements to New Zealand at some point. Thanks for sticking around for us fans. It's hugely appreciated.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for taking the time to write that and send it into a muscular development. Yeah. And I'll remember all that, man. Thank you.
So New Zealand and Levrone Signature Series. Any plans?
It's one place I've never been, to New Zealand. Yeah. So thank you.
Several times, right?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, I have. That's a good reminder, and I will remember. That's territory that we need to move in on.
Yeah, I mean, I think people forget about New Zealand because it's unfortunately, they're the Kiwis.
Oh no, nice shirt you have on, Ron.
Thank you. It's muscular development.
Yeah. Oh.
If you ever want me to wear a Shaboom shirt, send me. I'll wear it for the Shaboom.
I have a Shaboom shirt on now.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
We got some Shaboom questions coming up, actually, from Fabian Gym Food. First of all, you sort of answered this one. How is business going? I saw him traveling a lot the past weeks. We sort of talked about that, Fabian, at the beginning of the show. Here's a good one. Did you manage to keep your size on the road? And if yes, how? So how do you keep your eating and training on point?
It's easy to keep your eating on point. I mean, you can't eat 6 times a day, of course, if you're flying and everything, because of the jet lag and everything, you have to rest. But you can eat clean. You can eat clean. I mean, I ate clean. The challenge wasn't really eating clean. The challenge was just training. So I lost weight, lost some muscle size, which is okay. But I got leaner, because of the traveling, the cardio, the walking through the airports, the, giving the 2-3 hour straight seminar, sitting there talking, training. The training clinics and stuff with people, and just giving, burning so many calories and traveling and flying. Yep.
So when you say training is a challenge, is it because you're pretty much on the go from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed? There's really no time.
Well, yeah. When you get there, you're jet lagged, so your body's fatigued. You're tired. Yeah. You're a little dehydrated. So when you do go to the gym, everything feels foreign. Everything feels 10 times heavier. You've never been on that strange equipment before, so you got to be careful. Right. You can't bench press 3 or 4 or 500 pounds like you do here, because the bars are different, the weight load, they are completely different, the atmosphere is different, the music's different, training partner is different. So at that point, you just have to, when you do have a chance, you just have to do pump work,
so
get the blood in the muscle.
You don't use a lot of machines back at Exile Fitness in Maryland. But
no, it's
all
free weights. All free weights.
When you're
on the road, yeah,
machines. A little bit, yeah.
Machines, yeah. Okay. You got to, because I don't have a training partner. It's it's a quick, fast workout. Just to get the blood in the area. Yeah. To try to put the blood in the area, just to hold on to some size and strength that you do have. So about 2 weeks out on the road, 2.5 weeks, it's about time to come in. And get adjusted, because within a matter of 2 weeks, you can lose 15, 20 pounds. No, about 12 to 15 pounds easy. Easy.
If you're Kevin Levrone, you can put that back in about 8 hours. So it's not a big deal.
That's why I won all these shows after Olympia, because after Olympia, it's like you have a chance to travel. You just get harder and harder and harder as you go.
You did. Not everybody did.
Yeah.
A lot of guys got softer and softer and
softer. I mastered the traveling thing. I kind of learned how to travel and to continuously getting better and performing better and more because of the years of experience that I had traveling. So for me, it's easy now.
He asked a question. I've never heard of this, so you got to tell me. Tell us about your program, Shaboom Legendary Lift. What is that?
It's just legendary is everything that I've done as far as my training. Before pro, turning pro, my philosophy mentally, my physical approach, things that worked for me, in the gym, out of the gym. I try to put all those together in my legendary Shaboom lift program that I have available on Facebook. They can actually go to the page, see it, shaboom.com, download some of the stuff. But when you get to a certain level, you're going to have to become a member, to have access to every single thing that I do. Tricks of the trade.
So it's Shaa, S-H-A-A, boom.com?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Check it out, everybody. AJ always asks some weird questions. AJ is this guy, giant guy from Norway. I don't know if have you ever seen him? We thought he was a fake. We thought he was some like little 15-year-old kid living in his mom's basement, but he actually is.
Really?
He's not though. He turned Giles and Rosie met him over in London. He came out to their show, so he's a real person. But
what's up? What is he saying?
How often does Mr. Levrone go to church and ask if he sees himself maybe becoming some type of pastor in the future? Pastor Kevin Levrone sounds real good. From winning the Nationals, placing top 2 at Olympia, come back at age 52 with great upper body size, then become a pastor with his son in the NFL. Shit, how epic legacy would that be? And then he wants to know if you have any thoughts about the Kanye West stories. It's all over.
Okay.
Pastor Levrone.
Let me answer the first part. What was the first part of that?
How many times do you go to church? I'm assuming once a week would probably be standard.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I'm home here and I'm not traveling, once a week. When I am on the road, I still go to a church somewhere and pray.
Yeah.
Once a week. Taking classes right now online that I've been taking for like the last 7 months to learn more about the Bible, the Scripture, and getting a degree in that area. Far as pastoring and everything, I think we're all pastors in our own way if we stay true to. People ask me all the time, how did you get here? My journey's different from your journey. It's like saying, Ron, how did you get the job for muscular development?
Yeah.
You're going to say, okay, well, it was a journey.
Right.
My life was a journey, different than Dexter's and everyone else's. I always stay true to how I fell into this. Again, the death of my father, my mother is what led me to eating right, learning about the anatomy of the body, studying what's healthy to put into your body as far as nutrition, because I didn't want to die at a young age. It was very, very depressing to go through that. So being faced with that at a young age, it hurt. So that's what transformed me into the gym and into this bodybuilding. It was just the pain and agony of what happened as a child, devastating.
Let me interrupt you for a second, Kevin. How old was your dad when he passed?
57.
57. Yeah, mine was 50. Is it going to be weird for you? Because was my dad 57 too? Yeah, he was 57. Is it going to be weird for you to get to that age and then go beyond it? I think it's going to be weird for me.
Probably. I look at my son and I think about it almost every time I see him.
Because that was
because I know my age, And every time I open my mouth, like the day Gabriel's waiting on me now to take him to his football speed agility thing, I think about it all the time. And if I didn't talk about my life and my past and how God impacted me and put me on this path to train and all these things like this, I would, if that had never happened, my parents, I would be Kevin Levrone, the bodybuilder. Right. And it doesn't make sense when you're in the middle of tragedy like that. Nothing makes sense, but it all revealed itself almost after I turned pro. And I just continued to go to the gym because I was upset, continued to, just didn't quit. I mean, I had no friends. I just went to the gym and I ended up turning pro, 23 years old, going on 24. And, and after that, it was like my whole life changed. And that's why I say it meant so much to me when Jim Maine came up to me, literally put his hands on my shoulders and said, I believe in you. He said, I believe in you, kid. And he didn't even know me. This is at the Junior Nationals. I got second to Paul DeMay. He said, he tapped him on my shoulders. Yeah. He came backstage. I knew he was, and it shocked me. He tapped me. And I turned, and it was Jim Maine. He says, kid, I believe in you. He goes, keep doing what you're doing. You got a bright career ahead of you. He goes, show up at the National. The National was 4 weeks after the juniors. I think it was 4 or 6 weeks. He says, show up at the Nationals, and you got a bright career ahead of you. And I looked at him, and I said, Mr. Mannion, thank you. And it felt like it was a heaven, God, angel sent to tell me that. And because it would kind of remind me of something that a father would say to his son, hey, son, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't win today, but I know you have what it takes. And when he told me that, I came home and that's all I thought about. And I started doing my research. I'm like, wow, if I win the Nationals. And I really honed it down, man. And what he said to me stuck with me because I believed it, every single word. And I went, and he was right, and I won. I didn't know the competition. Jimmy knew the competition. I didn't know anything about
It's a good thing you didn't.
Hall.
It's a good thing you didn't.
Flex Wheeler.
Ronnie Coleman was in your class.
None of these dudes. I didn't know anything.
No.
But he knew, and he compelled to tell me that. And I came home, and I just prayed to God, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do exactly that. And I went, and I won. Yeah. And my whole life changed. So whatever you're going through in life, you know, as far as pastoring and stuff like that, I feel like God has already called me to be positive and to speak hope and let people know that, you know what, dude, don't quit, don't give up. So I'm already pastoring from my trials and tribulations and experiences of tearing the pec to losing parents to turning pro to being left alone in hotel rooms by myself completely around the world, you know, trying to figure this whole thing out. As long as you never quit and never give up. I'm speaking from experience, you know. I didn't have a blueprint to say follow this, eat this, do this or whatever, learn how to churn. There was no coach for me to teach me how to train, to teach me how to, you know, pose. I learned all this stuff just going through adversity and times of crying, times hard. So I just want to say, you know, God put me in this position. Most of my followers, 90% of them are guys. So I feel like, you know, I'm telling you about God. I'm telling you about Jesus. I'm telling you about these things that kept me strong to get me to where I'm at today. Yeah. And it's been a huge part of my life. That's 95% of the reason why you guys see me is because of that's what I am. So I'm going to tell you about that. Can't hold it back because I won't be doing you justice or myself or God for putting me in this position. So just no matter what it is, speak the truth. Tell people about what you're going through because you can be an influence on somebody else's life, a kid's life, somebody that's looking to you that you have no idea. And now, guess what, Ron? I'm in a position to where I can say, hey, kid, I believe in you, man. Don't quit. Don't give up. Yeah. You got this. I see something in you, and I'm doing it. And it's inspiring people. So you don't have to study for this. You don't have to pick up a book or say, yeah, I'm going to learn how to pass it. Your life is your pastoral message to other people, to the world that you can change, you know, change people internally. And it's just love. It doesn't matter your color, your skin, where you're born, what language you speak, what your nationality is, what your religion is. You know, love is love, man. And I think when you come from a truthful place, people just feel it, you know. And then second is, okay, well, tell me about who you are. Okay, third is, okay, well, you know, where were you born? I mean, I don't care about somebody being Muslim, Hindu, whatever it is. That's not what I connect with them with. Right. Working out is a universal language where we all understand training and hard work and that philosophy of the pain and the agony or what it takes. And that's what it takes to become a great champion and to survive and to do things good in life, point blank, period. Whether in the gym, out of the gym, passing the test, whatever it is. You know, so that's my ministry. It's my journey.
Yep. Okay.
And that's it. You know?
It seems silly to go from something like that to this next question, but I like this question anyway. So it's actually sometimes it's good to end things on a lighter note. Vin77, who's always contributed great questions.
Yeah, I know this guy.
He's always got a Kevin Levrone picture in his avatar. How did you come up with the infamous vodka and coffee mix you used to drink the night before contest, the one you told Ronnie about? Did you use it your entire career? Did you use it before the 2016 Olympia and the 2018 Arnold Classic Australia? What is the origins, the backstory of coffee and vodka?
I needed energy. No, I didn't use it my whole entire career. No, I'm not a heavy drinker, nothing like that. No.
Okay.
I found out that the coffee gives you energy.
Yeah.
And instead of eating rice, potatoes,
Yeah.
I could have a shot.
Yeah.
And that's carbohydrates. Okay?
That's a diuretic.
Right, which it is carbs, and it is a diuretic.
Yeah.
And it's going to ease your mind and everything. So instead of eating 6 meals a day or whatever, I would mix that concoction up.
Yeah.
When I'm ready to go to bed at the end of the night, like when I feel like, man, I'm getting hungry, or I'm getting moody, or I want to go eat. So I would just mix that concoction up, drink it, maybe 1, maybe 2, and just chill. I would get calm. I would relax. My appetite would go away.
Yeah, but you're drinking it before bed. You're drinking coffee. It wouldn't keep you awake?
Nope, not at all.
Okay. It was decaf.
Not at all. Not at all, man.
Okay.
And that was it. You know, and it just calmed me, and I woke up, and I was hard, and I just felt good.
You helped Ronnie Coleman beat you for the first time ever.
Exactly. He sure did. He sure did. I've never beat him since. It was amazing. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. He deserved to beat me.
He was a man.
I was in shape. Ronnie Coleman beat me hands down when I was in shape.
Well, you know. Yeah,
I have won 5 shows straight in a row.
Right.
Straight in a row.
Was this the last stop on the tour?
Yep.
Oh boy. Okay. It's a good thing you didn't show him the first night of the tour.
I was shocked. I was shocked.
Oh man.
I was shocked because he prior to that, right? I think the show before that he got like 6th place.
Wow. So it was just water. He was always holding water, right?
Yeah. Came out of nowhere. I was like, what in the world? And he brought that look to America at the Night of Champions, and he beat me again.
Yeah. Well, he beat
so
everybody.
I was like, you know what? It wasn't by accident he did that.
Yeah.
Then he went on to win Olympia.
Yeah, nobody beat him for like 25 shows in a row after that.
No, it was lights out, man.
Yeah. Well,
wow.
They can thank Kevin Levrone. Ryan, well, I'm sure. Did he ever thank you for that? I'm just curious.
Oh, of course, man. Okay. Ronnie learned so much after that.
Oh man, I bet. Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome, man.
That is all we had for you this time, Kevin. Appreciate it very much.
Thanks, Ron.
Anything you want to add to close this out?
No, I just want to say thanks to all the fans and love and support that you guys given me through muscular development, just the whole industry and everything, and just everybody out there, man. Just pass on the blessings, help people, you know. Help people. Never think you're not good enough to help someone, because you're always good enough to help someone. And it don't cost to speak good into somebody else's life. That's free. So just do it, man. Expect nothing in return. My mother always told me, she says, Kevin, she goes, if you have it to give, go ahead and give it and expect nothing in return. And I'm like, huh, Mama? She goes, yeah, God knows what he's doing. And I says, how do you know that? She goes, I never questioned God, and you never questioned God. And I didn't. And it all makes sense to me now.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I always have to remind everyone, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel, the MD channel. And, of course, thanks once again to Kevin Levrone, which has been brought to you by Levrone Supplements.
And you know how we're rolling on 3, right?
Yeah. Let's go.
1, 2, 3. Boom.
That was a slow one. Thanks for watching, everybody.